Hey everyone, welcome back to CraterMania. I'm your host, the man they call Crater. And this is not a regular stream that I usually do where I talk about multiple movies. I just want to do this really quick one, really quick. Just we talk about one movie that me and my family went and seen this past weekend because it was opening weekend for this movie, and my son and my nephews have been really excited for this movie for a while. And that's the Minecraft movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. So this wasn't something that I was super interested in, and didn't really want to. I wouldn't have chose this, to go and see this at the theater. Um, just knowing about it. But this was something that my son and my nephews were really excited to see, and so yeah, of course I was going to go with them just to support them, so they can, enjoy this movie. Just because it's not something that I really want to see. It's not about me; it's about what they want. You know what I mean? And just any way that I can see them supporting movies and going to the theater and all that. Uh, they can watch whatever they want, and I'll be right there with them watching it. But this movie, we checked this out this past weekend. It was very crowded for the opening weekend. A lot of the showings were selling out really fast, and just like I was like, wow, this movie's going to be really huge. It's going to make a lot of money. Um, but like I said, so we ended up this past Saturday going to like the 7 o'clock showing, and that the entire theater was full. Most of it being kids in there, and honestly, it was way more fun than I was expecting. It definitely got a few genuine laughs out of me, and which is always a good sign, I think, with any movie. And just the soundtrack of this movie was seriously cool. Like hearing Skid Row and the B-52s pop up was just really unexpected, and I thought that was an awesome touch. Um, and I am a Jack Black fan. I like a lot of Jack Black stuff. I also am a Jason Momoa fan. I like a lot of his movies. And I really liked him when he was on Game of Thrones. So yeah, he just seems like a super cool guy, and so for them to be in this movie together was pretty cool. And just like I said, I am a Jack Black fan, so I would have watched if I hadn't seen this in theaters. I think I would have watched it eventually, just because I try to watch about all his movies that come out. And I know there's some people that's not a huge fan of Jack Black and just find a lot of his stuff cheesy, but that's just definitely what I like. I like a lot of cheesy and dumb humor stuff sometimes. But all the characters in this movie was pretty entertaining, and I think Jason Momoa was probably my favorite character. Uh, Garrett, the garbage man Garrison, who was like this video game store owner, and he was like this kind of '80s celebrity where he was this former video game champion, and just he's definitely a highlight of the movie. He kind of brings this very charmingly goofy, energy to that role, and it's just all of his scenes are very engaging, and he's just consistently he's like the most interesting presence that's on the screen throughout the film. Um, and also, another thing I thought was really cool about this movie is if you keep an eye out for some like retro 80s movie posters that pop up in the background towards the end of the movie in the video game store that's owned by Jason Momoa's character. Um, but I thought that was also on top of the soundtrack and everything that this movie has. I thought throwing a few little bit of 80s nostalgia in the mix was pretty cool too. Um, and there's a few pretty cool like celebrity voice cameos at the end of the movie. One as it's going and showing like the clips inside of the credits, and then there is a post credit scene where you hear a voice from a particular character, and but it doesn't show them. It just you just see like the back of them, and you hear a voice. And If anybody's familiar with this particular celebrity, I think you'll recognize their voice pretty quickly. But like I said, that's there's like those two voice cameos are at like the as the credits are going through, and then the post credit scene. So I think it'll definitely get a reaction some from people and that goes and sees this movie. Now, just for full disclosure, this movie um, probably wasn't made, with me in mind as the primary audience, and I knew that. I knew that going into it. Um, and it's not something I'll likely be rewatching, constantly, or even ever again. Maybe. I mean, I think this was kind of one of those movies where I watch it one time, and I think, it entertained me enough, but to not hate it or anything. Um, but it's not something I would really want to watch again. But honestly, that doesn't even matter. Just because seeing my son and my nephews just kind of just absolutely light up while watching this movie. I think that was the real win here for me. Um, just the whole theater, was packed with kids and and they were just loving it the whole time. And like there was different scenes where like kids in the theater they would like stand up and scream like and like say the line in unison with the movie. And then there was just like little I guess um, little jokes here and there throughout the movie with like there's a whole chicken jockey scene thing that like everybody was going crazy over. And I think I remember reading after we watched the movie, I was like, what was the deal with that? And then apparently there's some kind of like TikTok challenge, I think, right now. When you go and watch the movie, you do like certain things in certain scenes of the movie. I don't know. But just seeing all these kids having fun watching this movie and just really, loving it. Um, that was awesome. I thought that was an awesome experience. And for anyone who grew up with like, a beloved franchise, maybe comic books or cartoons or video games, just then saw those worlds, translated to the big screen, you'll get a sense, of what this Minecraft movie is for these kids, for this, younger generation. It really hit home, I think, watching that excitement, for me. And just my son and my nephews are huge Minecraft fans, and this movie felt like such a big moment for them and their generation. Um, it reminded me of how I felt when Marvel started bringing all these comic book stories to the big screen, because I grew up loving Marvel Comics and all those superheroes and all that, and just that incredible feeling, of seeing something you love come to life is amazing. And so, yeah, seeing these boys so thrilled is totally relatable for me, um, and just makes that whole experience worthwhile for sure. Um, but ultimately, the Minecraft movie is a fun and lighthearted movie that kind of understands its its target audience perfectly. And it might not be something I'd rush to watch again on my own or anything, but just seeing the pure joy that it brought to my son and my nephews, and just that entire theater, full of kids, just definitely made it a worthwhile experience. And if you have young Minecraft fans in your life, this is definitely a movie to go check out. I think. I mean, just go in with the right expectations, and you might just find yourself having more fun than you anticipated. But yeah, so that's the Minecraft movie. I just wanted to do this as a really quick video for you guys. Um, I am going to be back on here around like 10 to 10:15 for one of my regular streams, which tonight I'm going to be doing part one of my sword and sorcery movies. So I'll be talking about Conan movies. I'll be talking about the Beastmaster, a couple others. So definitely tune in for that if you guys want. I'd appreciate it. I'd love to have you in there, talking with me in the chat or whatever. Um, but yeah, that will be in just a little bit. Like I said, anywhere between 10 and 10:15. I'll be starting with that. But I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you for just taking the time to check this out. Even though this is really quick, like I said, I just wanted to throw that in there because this is counted as one of my 500 movies of 2025. So this one being number 156. But yeah, definitely tune in for the Sword and Sorcery stream here in just a little bit. I would love that. But if not, I guess that's it for me, guys, for this video. Like I said again, I want to thank everyone to check this out live, or anyone that's watching this on the replay. If you've seen the Minecraft movie, or if you like the video games, drop me a comment below. Tell me what your favorite thing is about Minecraft. And if you like this video, just please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And also, as always, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button to catch more videos from me like this one, and click that bell for any kind of future notifications as well. But with all that said, I'm Crater. This is CraterMania. I love you guys, and have a good night.
La 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 la.